Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. I hope everybody is having a pleasant Tuesday. Let's turn that a little bit so you're facing me, at least. Unfortunately, I don't have a setup where I can have like a boom with my mic just kind of actually in front of me. That's too fancy for me. So, what we're going to do today, once I get a bunch of shit out of my way, is we are going to paint the Viking Lady. She's going to be painted in oils. But what we're going to have to do before that is I'm going to block out some colors. Hey, welcome in. How you doing today? So we got those two that we're going to be using. Where the fuck did I put the palette? I'm going to use... Oh, that's kind of an important part. Where I put? I'm a pro. And you know what? I appreciate that. Why do I have to be such a cluttered mess? Have something set up. Go for this. And then I had to fucking misplace it. Because I are professional. Poopy toots. Okay. Give me one moment. I will be right back with another one. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Found it. I just moved it. There we go. So we have a piece of potentially plastic. This is going to be my palette today. And basically for while I'm doing oils. At least until I find something, or find/buy something better. So we don't need this just yet. We're gonna have some dioxazine purple and some permanent rose. And I'm gonna need lemon yellow, blue, and the titanium white. I don't have a black currently, but I'm gonna do without it. I don't really use a lot of black, unless, like, black is the aim of what I'm doing. But, so, with everything I've seen on oil painting, so I'm, you know, essentially learning this as I go, type deal. With everything I've seen on oil painting, one of the best practices for doing oil on a miniature is to essentially like block out your colors first with like acrylic or ink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bust out the airbrush. Hey, I cleaned it properly last time. Nice. And then I'm gonna be hitting a few spots. Only actually gonna be using a couple of colors. I'm gonna be using a little bit of titanium white, a little bit of what I got left. That's gonna be going into the hair. Because I think I might want to do. Actually, I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do with the hair, and it's going to involve using some of the blue, and then taking that off, and then kind of adding in white. And so it's like a white with a blue undertone is what I'm going to kind of go for with that. The skin tone is going to be like a pale flesh, so I may actually end up needing to add in some of the burnt umber that I have to make that happen. Well, I guess I have all the primaries plus purple, so okay, I may as well add it in. Because I hate making brown. Making brown to me is so fucking tedious. Plus, I'm gonna want it for the wood for the shield anyway. So, essentially, the purple and the red are going to be going as themselves on the tabard and skirt, I guess you could call it. And corset. Basically, that's going to be her her main outfit colors is going to be that that purple and red combination. The fur is going to be another matter. That's going to be fun. I'm probably going to do the belt with TMM acrylic after I put the first varnish coat on this after it dries fully. Because I'm still not confident of doing a lot of NMM especially at this scale. And especially while I'm, learning a new technique. So yeah, I think I think most of the metallics will probably end up, unless I get brave, being TMM. Though, what I might do for the arm pieces is I think I'm gonna have those as like painted metal, and then when I do the metallics on like the belt and whatnot, because like the belt buckle is definitely going to be metallic. I think I might do the rest, make it look like leathery. I think that would be a better way of doing it. Okay, so I'm nattering on. And what we're all here to see is painting. Arrgh. Okay, gloved hand. Some fresh towel of paper. That's gonna kind of go over here. Gonna block important stuff. Just block that. That's what I need you to block. The tablet does not need any more paint on it. I've gotten enough on that tablet already. What the hell? I thought I cleared that. Hi, cat. Yeah. I'm petting you the correct direction. I'm petting my cat with my foot right now. I'm lucky that she loves me. Actually, I'm going to hit the be right back button. I'm going to do something that I've been meaning to do for the longest fucking time now, and I've just been too lazy to actually do it. And that's empty my airbrush pot here. So I shall be right back. I did not hit the be right back. Will hit the be right back right there. And I will try and catch the Cackney. There we go. Sorry, cat. You got in the way. Sorry about your luck. Put these on the correct way. There we go. Okay. So now that we have that dealt with, that's not like on the verge of being like too full to deal with. Okay. So, I'm gonna start with you suck, Cackney. Take a little bit of this because we don't need much. What the hell? Am I out of white ink? No, not quite. Almost. Not going to be very accurate, but it doesn't really need to be, because I'm going to be hitting the face with some flesh tone anyway. Really all I needed for that. Okay, so now okay, so I think for the red base, okay, so I need to see something first before I make my decision on that. Okay, the rose. Ooh. Okay. Correct. Yeah. Okay, so perfect. So lower opacity paint. I'm cool with that. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I think I'm actually going to okay. We are going to actually use a little bit of Indian red. What I'm gonna do before that is we're gonna mask some spots off. Actually, hold on. You're going to want to mask spots off. Kind of want to mask spots off. I don't think it's really going to matter in the end. Huh. Yeah, I'm probably... It doesn't really matter though, because there's gonna be spots that it's gonna fucking overspray anyway. You know what? Nah. I will just fucking deal with the outcome. Go, go, gadget pipette. I wonder how many people my stream title is like bringing in as like clickbait. Ooh. Actually, what I want the base that I'm starting with for both the purple and the red to be darker. At least for the skirt. Actually, may as well do the same for the top as well. That would only make sense. Should have done the shield separately. Should have done the shield separately. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still very salty about that, to be 100% honest. Like, that ruined. Like, just straight up ruined. Like, the actions of a few people completely ruined a whole bunch of plans that I had had for content. Within 48 hours. Like, that's what honestly floors me the most. Is, like, there is a bust that I have that I can print that I wanted to paint on stream. Yeah, exactly that. And that's what floors me. And very, very much so frustrates me. Is because it would have been 100% within the definition of artistic nudity on Twitch. Well, and see, technically, it was longer than a day and a half because those, like, they had streamlined the rules for it, but those rules, like those bits in the TOS, were 100% in the TOS when they added in the content tags. That's when they like started loosing, like getting a little bit loose with it, but nobody paid attention to that. It was when I first noticed it is when the content tags changed because I was curious and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna look into this and see what's up with that. And yeah, it was 100% fucking there at that point. I just don't think anybody was brave enough to roll the dice, as it were. That's better. There we are. Yeah. But I mean, oh, that's fair. But like that's the thing is like it was 100% in their TOS at the time. It's just I think because there was like other stuff that was going on that like people were kind of salty about. Like there were other arguments even surrounding like the content tags anyway. So I think it's slipped under the radar more so than anything else. Keep being drippy at the bottom. Not be drippy at the bottom. That's better. Oh, thank you. First blood. Also, welcome in, Sharky. But yeah, like that and like the fact that like I am basically the Wish version of a VTuber. Like I'll be the first to admit that. But fucking the fact that it was like the artistic VTubing community that fucked it up. Oh. Yeah, no worries. You rest and hang out and do your lurk. It is all good, monsieur. Okay, so I don't know if I'm actually going to worry necessarily about the like a base coat on the skin. Because I'm going to be building the skin up. Yeah, exactly. Like, and you know, they're sitting there doing whatever, and basically they're like their interpretation of artistic nudity is, oh hey, people got this fan art of me, had this nude fan art of me made and sent it to me. That's artistic nudity. Okay, so we are going to use up some of my surplus of, yeah, that the whole shit that screwed up the whole artistic nudity thing for everybody on Twitch and still has me quite a bit salty. Yeah. Yeah. Basically a lot of what people were had up was like either their model naked, their fucking avatar naked, which was like straight up against the policy. Like, or they would have like there was a couple that I'd seen that on the sides of their stream would have like essentially lewd fan art of them made. And like showing all of the bits, even though it actually said in the fucking thing, you know, no genitals. Okay, so I want to have a couple size brushes to work with. Hey, no, stay on there. So 000. Yeah, I have a double. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I need a 000. Let's just go 0 and 1 for brush sizes. Really, I don't need a lot. Actually, and a 2. I want a nice big brush too. And now I also need you. I need to give you a good clean off if I'm going to use you, but I can use you as my like daubing brush, basically. I don't really have one that would be better. So everything I've read on using oil paint on minis, they suggest using like synthetic brushes just so that you don't ruin. Like, you can use natural hair brushes. They're just like, don't learn with natural hair brushes. Well, too bad for fucking them. I have so many natural hair brushes that it's not a big issue for me. Plus, I'm going to be using wolf hair rather than sable. Wolf hair is a little bit firmer. I figure that will be a little bit, it'll be a little bit more resilient when it comes to the oil paints. So, the first that I need to do is I need to give this guy here a good cleaning, because it's not in the best of condition. Yay! I'm throwing my fucking brush soap around.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder.
Bound it down below me, bully boys blow. Soon may the women come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go.
She'd not been 2
Weeks from shore, and down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore to take that whale in tow. Soon may the women come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
one day when the tonguing is done,
Okay.
we'll take our leave and go. Before
That's
the boat had hit the water,
make sure this is nice and clean. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mark these brushes and the caps. Because, well, this one doesn't have a cap, but the caps for the wolf hairs. Because these need to be kept separate from the rest of my brushes, as they are going to be for oils only. Because once you use a brush for oils, apparently you are not. It's not really a good idea to try and use it for anything. Okay. So. Captain Crew and all. We are going to put a piece of painter's tape on the bottom of the drum, denoting these as my wheel brushes. Plus, they're going to live on the other side of the desk. Because I have a glass that I never really used for anything. I think I used it for water or something that I was doing ages ago. But I'm like, I just kind of left it there because it wasn't in my way. So that's where they're going to live. But this way, they're also marked so that if ever I have anybody else painting here, I could be like, yeah, the ones with the green painter's tape on the handle, don't use those with acrylic paints. Bad news bears. Not for acrylic paint. Granted, I don't generally have anybody else painting here other than me, so it's probably a pointless thing to do so long as I keep them separate. But I'm doing it anyway. So there. Damn it, my vape's over on the other side of the room. But I've already spent 40 minutes dicking around. Okay. You are fine. Okay. Bam. Wait, do I have one? I think I have a 3. Here. Yes, I do. That's my only 3 that I have. Yeah. That's fine. I don't use my other wolf hair 3 all that often, and I also have a 3 in Sable as well, I believe. It should be fine. So I think what I'm going to do for the first layer of basically everything on skin, like actually even like the everything that's not the axe head and the hair, basically. I'm going to do with the permanent rose, and then I'm going to wipe that off. So it will be in all the nooks and crannies, but it's essentially won't really be much more than something that is going to be what's it just a second. That one. It's basically going to be so that the oil will stick to it. The subsequent oil will stick. Because oil apparently likes to stick to itself. That was lame. Why you do? Not supposed to fall over. You can live down there. And I'm just gonna stack those in that and a couple of those. Okay. Need some of that in there, not a lot. That's going to be for essentially thinning down paint, and this is going to be for cleaning brushes. I'm going to need to get a decent... Hey there, Patchwork, how are you doing? I'm going to need to get a much bigger thing of white spirits. A much, much, much bigger thing of white spirits. Yay! Now, we're going to keep an organized palette this time, unlike what we do with acrylic paints, because... yeah. We're going to put our primary colors. Up here. I'm not doing too bad. I am getting ready to paint a miniature with oil for the first time. Well, that's the plan. I am just actually setting up the palette right now. Oh yeah, it is 100% the plan. And I will stick to that plan for as long as humanly possible. Okay, come on. Here we go. That is fair. Okay, and then... brown. It's at least going to be organized insofar as I'll be able to, like, get at the base colors that I need at all times. I need to get a better organization system for my paints. Man, soundtrack for this game is so fucking great. Okay, so let's First take some red. We're gonna thin this down a bunch. Probably gonna need more than this, but... Hey there, Negative, how are you doing? Start... Actually, I'm gonna start just going over the whole thing that is not hair. So, essentially, there's gonna be a red undertone for most of this... most of this mini. Or model, I should say. Statue? Statuette? Okay, so first thoughts on oil paints. The smell will take a little bit of getting used to. And I am glad to hear you are good. It has been a hot minute since we've hung out. Okay, let's grab a little bit more of that. Let's thin this. And keep on keeping on. You know what? I think I might even do the axe blade with the red as well, and just kind of lean into a reddish tone for everything. You know what? No, I'm gonna do all of the metallics as TMM because I'm a chicken. I'm already learning one new technique with this on this mini, or on this piece. I don't need to learn two. Because right now I'm kind of focusing on, you know, learning oil paints as a medium for miniature painting. God damn it. Like I don't disagree that this scale would be much better to learn NMM on. I do not. What I'm gonna do is after it dries, I'm going to essentially varnish and then do just acrylic metallics over top of that. I've never actually looked into using the artist grade metallics. Everything. Well, see, that's the thing is you have to let from everything that I've seen because like I've looked into this a bit before I even decided what I was going to paint. Everything I've seen has basically said you just have to give everything time to fully cure. So like it once this is done to the point where I'm gonna need to varnish, I'm still gonna need to give it like or I'm gonna give it like 3-4 days. Yeah. In order for it to fully dry, and then I'm gonna hit it with the varnish and do that whole step. But yeah, I'm fully prepared for that. That was already factored into my plans. And like honestly, with as slow as I paint, because like previous layers are gonna have chances to like dry or like start the drying process, essentially be not fully oily and wet still. Yeah, I'm still gonna do blue for the hair. So, like, it may actually even end up taking a little bit less time, but still, I'm still gonna give it, like, probably a good 3 days before I even attempt to varnish. But yeah, way ahead of you there. I do appreciate the warning though. This step honestly feels weird. The whole like cover everything in paint and then wipe it off step. Like it seems like I understand the reason for it and like what it does. So like that's not the thing. It's more it's having painted with acrylic paint for so long and it not being a necessary step. to get like the next layers to stick. It's yeah, it feels weird doing it this way. But I mean, you kind of have to spread the oil around in order, like I said, to get everything else to stick properly, so it makes sense. Got a layer of paint as well. I am not 100% sure what I want to do with the base. So I'm thinking what I might do with the base is nothing for the time being, and then deal with it when I have the rest of this done. That way I can do that thing where I just put it off for another day. That sounds like a plan. Too many decisions at once. I really have to not touch the mini with this one too. Like it is going to be a conscious effort not to like brace the head of the miniature. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to force myself to wear gloves. I don't want to do that. I hate wearing gloves. This is where one of those I don't know the brand name of them, like the maker, but the little wooden painting handles that have the thingy on the top, or the plastic ones that have the same dealy. I know I'm being very descriptive, but I'm pretty sure somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. That's the thing. That's why I'm like this is going to be a fucking exercise and a half in me not touching the miniature. I call it a miniature, but this is like 75 mils, so 72 or 75, one of the two. Um, Yeah. The Pharaoh. Yeah, yeah, that thingy. Or like I said, like there's the brand that has the plastic one. Like and it's basically the same thing. Okay, so now we need a little bit of blue. Like that much blue. Okay, maybe a little bit more blue. Okay, so that much blue. Okay. Oh, and the other reason why I'm not too concerned about doing TMM is the biggest spot where there's going to be metal. I'm not painting yet anyway. Burnsy, welcome in. How are you doing today, monsieur? How was your stream? What all did you get up to? As you can see, I'm painting a Viking lady. I'm in the early days of oiling her up. We're just doing the initial oil layer right now. We have to still do the wipe off step. Nice. Ooh. Excite, excite. Very nice. But yeah, as I mentioned, I'm fucking around with oils. So yeah, I am confident that I will put in an attempt. At this. It shouldn't look terrible, but it is not possibly going to be my best work, considering I'm using a new medium. Okay, so that is, I think, pretty much fully coated. So, we're gonna clean off vigorously. A few rubs. You're gonna go there for now. And we're gonna grab another piece of paper towel. Now we're gonna start rubbing paint off. So what's awesome about this is there's always going to be a small layer of paint everywhere that I've painted, at the very least, because of the fact that the only way you're getting oil off is with solvent. So even in areas where it kind of lightens up and like you can see paint rubbing off, I was meaning to pick up some fucking makeup sponges today for doing this. But, you know, I was lazy. But yeah, as I was saying before, this part of this process feels weird for me. Like, I'm used to acrylic paints where once the paint goes on, you don't want any of it coming off. Like you're not going around your piece and, you know, purposely rubbing paint off. But yes, as well, any of you who came in with Mr. Burnsy here, I am Magical Hack. I paint minis. I talk shit. I sometimes play video games. I occasionally make paint. Complain about stuff every now and again. You know, the usual streamer shtick. Okay, so let's just get in here and make sure we're getting most of this back off. Don't want a lot on here. want some. Okay. That should be suitably whacked off. We're going to put that over there. With that. Because that's going to need to be disposed of kind of separately. I need to be careful with that because, you know, oil paint and all. Okay. So let's start with figuring out exactly what I want for the skin tone. First, I thirst. Because I know what I want to do for, like I said, the clothing. That's going to be red and purple. There we go. That's the shit right there. So we're going to need to take... some whites. I'm going to use just a new brush for this. Where's the one? The 2, I guess. Yeah, we can use the 2 for that. So a little bit of that. We need about that much the brown. About that much the red, I think. How fleshy looking is this going to be? Actually, that's terrible. It's not quite where I want it. I think I want it a little bit lighter. So we're going to need to desaturate just a touch. There we go. A little bit more red. Damn it, that was probably too much. Damn it, that was too much. There we go. I'm going to start out as fairly pink. Get this brown back in. I need to get a bunch of this brown back in. Way too pink to be natural looking. But I guess it's a base. And I can kind of work brown in. It's actually not terrible. Okay, it's not... It could be a lot worse. Let's thin this more. I need this actually fairly thin for this layer. Okay, I'm not sure why it is acting like that. Let's deal with that at some point. Probably didn't wipe enough off is, I think, the issue. I can make this work. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not sharing pictures of this just yet. It is not in the pretty stage, or even pretty enough stage. Like, it will not be by the end of the night. Too big of a- That's better. Probably closer to a proper technique as well. Job it a little bit. Okay. That's very ugly as far as the skin goes right now. Very uneven. Oh. Wapelius, welcome in, monsieur. How are you doing? Lethal, welcome in. You have come at a perfect time to watch me struggle through learning how to use oil paints. I know the skin is very pink right now, That will change. Welcome in, welcome in. How was your stream, monsieur? Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. You know, just gonna throw this out there. This is a lot more challenging than you make it look, monsieur. This being painting with oil. You make this shit look entirely too easy. Also, to be fair, this is the first thing that I've put oil paint on ever. Like, ever. ADC, welcome in. That's fair. I'm also the type of person I do like to throw myself in the deep end because I'm a little bit of a masochist. Like, it's basically the same thing as I did when I switched over to heavy body acrylics. Is I just kind of dove into the deep end and said, well, I'm either going to sink or swim. Tasty. I will be right back though, because I'm grabbing my vape. I really want to have a puff up of that. Like, I realize now after putting everything on, makeup sponges would have been way better than using paper towel. At getting that initial layer of paint off. And I think I should have thinned that layer a little bit more than I did. Just get this somewhat smoothed out. Yeah. Also, I also realized in my research that I was doing before even considering, like, before even putting anything on to miniature, almost every video that I watched whilst doing research mentioned you at least once. Which every time I was like, oh, hey, I know that guy. Cool guy. Oh, exactly. But yeah, it's just like because I'm like, oh hey, I'm gonna watch a few like videos and see what's on the YouTube as far as like beginning oil on miniatures techniques. Stays as dry as possible. Now you're just smoothing this out and kind of just making it even. But that being said, like in regards to the difficulties that I've had with this, I can definitely see myself enjoying this method of painting quite a bit. But I think for me, it's going to be more like bigger projects. Like I'm not going to do, at least not for a while. I'm not going to do like an army all painted up with oils. Like, though I honestly do think that once I get the hang of oils more, is when I'm gonna actually look into going down the road of learning NMM. Because, yeah, I gotta do those. It's that whole cart and horse thing. Okay. So you can go there for the time being. We are going to hold off on fixing the skin for now. I'm gonna figure out exactly how I want to do that. Thinking super desaturated brown? Maybe? That might work. Because it is entirely too pink right now. So one thing I'm going to say right now, I do really like with oils that is a thing that you just can't do with acrylics. Is right there, I saw a spot that didn't have much coverage as far as paint, and I was able to be like, I'm just going to move a little bit of paint over. and it's going to cover where it needs to be covered. That is so nice, being able to do that. No, I need to clean. I'm not using it just yet. You dry. So we're actually going to go with a 1. And I'm going to start with the red. I didn't put it into the pile of the other red, or just grab some of the other red. Should have used a different base color, but that's fine. I can still make this work. No? Actually, I kind of like that red with the brown undertone that I've got going on, so I think I will be okay with that. It's fine. It works. It's not what I had originally intended, but you know what? I am okay with that. Sometimes you just gotta kind of roll with the punches. You just gotta kind of go with the flow sometimes. Next part though, I kind of really want to get it to, I kind of really want it to work for me. So, Lapelius, if you are still around, if you're not, you're not, obviously. What is your thinner of choice? Or is that one of those things that kind of also depends on your brand of paint that you're using? Mona Lisa. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Because I have like the white spirits, right? A small thing of the white, a small thing of the Winsor & Newton white spirits. And that's not going to last me very long at all. And cat hair. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll check this weekend. I'll do my damnedest to get out to my local art store because I want to pick up a Mars Black as well. Because I like having interesting. Also, Beth, welcome in. So yeah, I can honestly say my biggest challenge right now out of everything with learning how to paint with oils, not touching the mini. I'll Ultra Ball the Shuckle. Okay, that's good to know. Because yeah, I was going to be looking at getting the Winsor & Newton, because that's what I have for the rest of my paints, like the rest of my oils. And you know, I have this weird thing where I like to stay within a brand when I start using something. Actually, are there any colors that you know of that Winsor & Newton does not do well in their oil ranges? I think that would be the better question for me to ask. Oh. That's fair. What I might do is I might desaturate a little bit more of the purple there. And then when I go over it, that next, kind of try and bring out that and to try and set highlights. I still need to figure out where I want my light angle. I kind of want it to come down from this way, so like all of my highlights are going to be up here. Which means I'm gonna have to really lighten this side and really fucking darken down the other side. Which means I'm gonna need to fuck around with that, like, failed skin tone. Either that or just kind of build on top of what I was working on. Might have to just build on top of what I was working on and go from there. It's okay. It's a learning process. It's why I'm here. Okay. So, like... Now, my question is, when you're thinning down to do, like, that first layer after your primer, that first layer of oil, how thin do you take your paint? Generally. Like, I know it probably varies from paint to paint. Those can actually just be left there for now. Some color, background, very different from it. That's fair, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's basically, yeah, like it's like with acrylics and stuff like that. Like there's different paints you're gonna get from different brands and stuff like that. Okay. Good to know. So basically, the correct answer is anywhere between a wash and a dry brush. That makes sense. That makes sense because like it would also depend on like what you're doing and stuff like that, and what your goal is. So that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, that's fair. One of the things that another thing that I actually really like is I can set that aside for the rest of the night and be like, okay, I'm done, and then I can come back to it tomorrow and it will still be moist and workable. So yeah, it's from everything that I've looked into and like watched. It's all basically you have your base color down, and then you just add bits of like your next color that you would want to blend in, and then you just kind of do until it's blended sufficiently, and then you add more color as needed. And I know that's a very, 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 very reductive way of explaining it, but like from everything I've watched, like all of the creators that I've watched, that's essentially been their workflow. Is you have paint, you add a little bit more paint, you take your dry duding brush, and then you just kind of blend that in. Lather, rinse, repeat. Does it sound like I am misunderstanding at the very least? Or does it sound like, I've at least picked up the idea? I think that's a valid question that I should ask right at this point in time. Because I have you here, and I figured I may as well utilize the amazing resource that I have to chat with currently. Um, because, like, yeah, there's really no better person to come to for doing, what I'm intending to learn how to do. Like, I mean, clearly there's more to it, obviously. Um, because, like, there's. We're gonna snooze that. Because it is actually that point in the night where I. Yeah, and like it seems that way because that seems to be the like the main piece of advice, like the main technique that pretty much all of the there we go. That all of the different content creators that I've watched use. And it's like, okay, so you keep this brush and you don't put Like, it doesn't touch any sort of solvent. It doesn't touch anything but the piece. And you just use it to doot and blend. And you have a couple other brushes for putting paint actually on your miniature. Which, that actually, like, it makes sense. Like, it's a very logical workflow. From everything that I've seen and looked into with it. So that's actually, I think, one of the reasons why I can see myself like going further with using oils and, you know, incorporating them into some of my regular painting at the very least. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take a look and see who we can throw a raid out to. I think, actually no, I know. We are gonna go and say hi to Keenan45. They're doing some gunpla. Looks like they're doing a unicorn with an LED kit. That's their current project, so let's go show them some love. Maybe, you know, hang out for a little bit, see if their content is something that you would be interested in seeing on a regular basis. If so, don't hesitate, drop a follow. Follows are free. They help out. He'd appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Yay! You made it till the end of stream. You should rest. You should rest, especially when you are ill. But yeah, so I definitely, once again, whether you've been chatting, whether you've been lurking, whether it's your first time in or you're a regular viewer, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I definitely want to thank Wapelius and Inquisitor Burnsy. Hey Sharky, if you can, would you be able to drop me 2 shoutouts? One for Senior Wapelius and one for Senior Burnsy? I mean, I guess I could do it too. I will do Inquisitor Burnsy. Mwahaha. Those 2 individuals, if you could drop a follow, that would be fucking splendid. They're 2 awesome individuals, great painters, awesome communities to hang out in. And yeah, if you're not already following them, you should be. Same with Patchwork Goblin. Patchwork Goblin deserves some love as well. Let us spread the love around the community. So I'm going to click that button there. Once again, thank you all for coming and hanging out. It is a pleasure having you all in chat and having you all join me for this journey of learning how to paint with oils. It should be fun. I hope you all have a great Wednesday ahead, and I hope to see you back tomorrow. Cheers.